A couple of days later, Shizune heads off to eat lunch by herself and doesn't come back. She must really be swamped with student council work, although I know that she probably has made most of that work for herself. When I go to the student council room, I find the door unlocked. Before opening it, I hold back for a second to see if I'll hear Misha laughing through it. Nothing. I'd almost take out that as a sign that no one's in, but Shizune wouldn't leave the door unlocked if that was the case. She's at her desk, sleeping in her chair, with her arms folded over her chest. What a stiff pose. If it weren't for her eyes being closed... Are we talking about Shizune or Misha here? If it weren't for her eyes being closed, there would be no way to tell that she was asleep. In fact, I can't even be sure that she's asleep now. Normally I tap a desk to wake anyone else up. Okay, it's Shizune, but it wouldn't work for her. I immediately start thinking of tricks I could play on her if she's sleeping. It's disappointing that my train of thought goes to these kinds of directions. Hello. Good afternoon. She signs one greeting with each hand. It's really confusing. Hey, what are you doing? Secretly slacking off? Shizune smiles but lowers her head to conceal it and tries her best to look annoyed instead. Don't just stand there. It makes me nervous if I'm sitting and you're not. I take a seat in the nearest chair while Shizune pauses to adjust her glasses on the bridge of her nose, like she's fine-tuning an instrument. Why are you so far away? Does that make you nervous too? Pursing her lips, Shizune doesn't seem too amused at my taunting of her. I had some free time, so I thought I'd drop by to see if you're still busy. Do you want to help me? Yeah. Too bad. I'm grateful, but it's not necessary. I just finished the last of it, and now everything that needed to be done is done. So formal. Misha was just as businesslike yesterday. Are you both getting serious for official student council business? I'm always serious, like the student council candidates should be. That was fast. From zero to immediately criticizing people who aren't even her colleagues yet before I've even had the chance to stretch my legs. At least the presidents. They need initiative. Then maybe they can motivate everyone else. Or at least to strong-arm them along. But even though there's a bunch of them, they're also wishy-washy. There's no one running for vice president, so all they want is a big prize, but none of them have the right to drive for it. And then the treasurers are always so flaky, I've decided to use my power to just eliminate the position. Wait a sec, please, can you even do that? Like, I don't even think it works that way. It is how it is. With that, Shizune stares grimly into the distance, rubbing the frame of her glasses, then that doesn't answer the question, future dictator. I'm disappointed. They should want me out here faster because they want the job. Or at least disagree with me having the job. If I can't mobilize a bunch of student vote council wannabes for either reason, all my work would have been for nothing. If they're going to be so slow about it, I'll just hold on in my office as long as possible. Shizune punctuates the sentence with a snap of her fingers, creating a sound as sharp as a gunshot. I wonder if she knows how loud she can do that. It's definitely an attention grabber. Why does she know that snapping is gonna get people's attention? It's so weird. So I could only see it as invaluable to a mute. She might have practiced because of that. A lot of it, huh? That's too harsh. I always thought this is a real test. Leaving a lasting impression is important. That's why I don't build sandcastles. They crumble when you leave. Maybe, but if I see an especially neat one, I'll think it's impressive. I'll say that it's impressive. Kind of admire you. So to me, it wasn't for nothing. She tugs at her glasses and she wants to take them off Riley. Sorry. I was careless. Something selfish slipped out. I've always wanted to stand on top. Didn't matter what it was, as long as I was the best at it and understood it completely and made it my own. Like when you hear a song. I'm sorry, that's a weird thing for you to say. Like when you hear a song and dream of being a musician. Or a plane and wish you could be a pilot. You ever had a dream like that? Yeah. The first time I played soccer, I wondered if I could maybe get good enough to wow people. It's just a fantasy, though. As soon as I saw the gap between me and the people with real talent, I put those dreams behind me. Well, with my heart the way it is, I couldn't play soccer anymore anyway. Do you still have dreams like that? No, they're unrealistic. I realized it very quickly. There's always someone better. A nostalgic expression crosses her face. She looks oddly mature right now, as if the days of competing vigorously against others for supremacy are long behind her. Of course, I know that nothing could be further from the truth. Just last week, she wanted to see which one of us could blow the biggest bubble with a piece of gum. It could be that she was even worse when she was younger. Terrifying thought. I liked that. There was always someone better. When someone greater than me would appear, I'd get so excited I'd want to challenge them. Even though in the end, they would usually turn out to be better and I would be left in awe, there are some people who are on a different level completely. After a while I got jealous. I wanted something like that for myself. Is that what the student council is? the thing just for you? Oh no. Even if it feels like that sometimes, that wasn't why I decided to join it. That's another story entirely. But I like being the student council president. Even if the work is hard and I'm always biting off more than I can chew, that's what keeps it exciting. People at the top shouldn't be able to be comfortable all the time anyway. You sound like a farmer. Although that wouldn't suit her. They wouldn't suit her. Shizune would look cute in overalls and a straw hat. So, if that wasn't the reason, why did you run for the job? I didn't. But afterwards, I decided to stick with it anyway. I wanted to be the student council president because the old student council was stupid. And I wanted to stir people up so that they would be able to stay. That was interesting. Today was interesting. That kind of thing. Memorable experiences. I'm happy because I think we succeeded. You and Misha and me. I have a selfish desire too, though. At first it was something I thought would only be a nice bonus, but I've gotten greedy. That is why it would make me happy if elections go smoothly. Then it would be the only way I could see that my wish was granted. What is it then? It's a secret. Sensing that I might not be ready to let such a weak dodge slide so easily, Shizune quickly waves down any attempt at a follow-up. Embarrassment coloring her face, it's something she wants to keep to herself, only because it's too silly to otherwise. I start to feel a pang of hunger. Why is it every time we're talking to her, we just get really hungry? I start to feel a pang of hunger and check my watch. It's earlier than it looks. Too early for dinner. Do you have any kind of food in your desk? For a second, it looks like the question confuses her, but she recovers quickly. Desks are for supplies. Food is supplies. You should have eaten lunch. I didn't think it would be a problem if I didn't. If I was working, I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd be too busy to be hungry. She puts her hand to her mouth in a poor attempt to conceal a laugh, and tries to hide it further by pretending to use it to push her glasses further up the bridge of her nose. I guess you're not, since you already ate. I'm not good enough to sign the appropriate word, so I settle for pointing at the stack of Chinese food containers leaning precariously in the top of her trash can. Those are from yesterday. Then we're both hungry. Let's get something to eat. Not from the cafeteria. There wasn't anything good for lunch, so I really doubt there would be anything good left over. Order something? Ordering out 2 days in a row is unnatural. Only in case of emergencies. That is my personal policy. Then, oh shit, maybe we go back to your dorm room? Maybe get some food? Huh? This is why, sorry. This is why we should think of putting some snacks on her desk. It would be an easier way of dealing with these kind of emergencies. I want to tell her, but signing out of how hungry I am, like 5 minutes, has made me too tired to be a smartass. Temptation is really great, though. Hi, hi, hi. Misha's distinctive up-and-down voice muffled through the door. She bursts in a second later. Hi, Chan. You're here, too. Too? How did you know there was already someone in here? If it opens, someone is inside. Am I interrupting? Shizune shakes her head. Great, that's really great, but I was sure I would be. Is this a break? I thought so too, but it turns out everything student council related is over for now. Is that why you're here? That's right, Hichan. Sorry to disappoint you, but we're just discussing whether or not to order out for dinner. That sounds fun. Shizune isn't being very fun about it, though. She says she can't order food 2 days in a row. Are you hungry too? Because if you are, we could outvote her. That sounds fun, Hichan, and I am a little hungry. I thought you would say it sounds like mutiny. Shizune pinches the frame of her glasses, clearly thinking that it does seem like mutiny. But being outvoted for a clean 2-to-1 margin, there is nothing she could do. Misha already has her phone out. It's awfully garish. Hichan, you promised that we would have a student council thing, just for us, right? Right? This can be it. Shizune only shakes her head. The last party she will be able to attend as Yamaku's student council president is too special for her to put the label on our own spur-of-the-moment early dinner. Even though I'm sure the real thing would be just like this, a meal like any other with the 3 of us.